What is good, everybody? Welcome back to an all-new episode of TAETRO Talks. Thank you for joining me today. My frames drop every time I switch scenes, and I don't know why. But here we are. We should be back up to speed in a moment. Thank you all for being here today. Welcome. If you don't know, we are live here on the channel every Tuesday for TAETRO Talks. Sometimes we have cool guests on the show. Sometimes we do fun sample challenges. And then sometimes you all get to call into the show and be the guest yourselves. So if you are interested in calling in and chatting today about the, creative, philosophical side of being a home studio music producer, musician, creative, whatever you define yourself as, go ahead and use that Zoom link in the pinned comment. Join the waiting room. Don't feel too intimidated. We've already got a couple people in the waiting room. I love to see it. Stay patient. We'll get to the calls in a moment. Call in, let's chat about stuff. Of course, the title today, the biggest challenge for music producers, because we are approaching one of the biggest challenges for this community, an annual challenge, some would say, the Beattober challenge, which I'm not going to stop talking about until it gets here on October 1st. So I would love to chat with some of you about maybe your plans for Beattober. Maybe some of you have questions about Beattober, logistics, whatever it may be. You're already saying it in the chat. That's what I like to see. I should, of course, say hello to Amelia S. Amelia S., who recently, as Saikai, just put out a track on Spotify, I believe their first track. So go check that out if you're not already following Amelia S.'s socials. Very proud of Amelia S., aka Saikai, and it looks like they have another track coming out soon too. So we love to see people making moves in the community. Ray Calvin, what's good? Ed Oyama, Suru, Emmett is here. Ambient Dave, what's up? Ambient Dave. Kareem Blue, what's good? Nice to see you. H2O, hello. My mom and dad are in the chat, as well as Wizlow. I think I said hello to Emmett already. I'm scrolling. MV Beckham, happy birthday. MV Beckham, the crowd is going wild. Happy birthday, my friend. Orbit is here. Huge Music is here. Crystal, hello. Nice to see you. Sarah, thank you for being here. Did I skip somebody's name? I feel like I did. Epilogue Music, hello. Nice to see you. Vimu, Sarah Roboski, I hope you're doing well at school. Marion, hello. Thanks to you, I learned a lot about my MIDI keyboard. That's what I like to hear. Oh, Liar Music in the chat as well. Watch out, celebrity status over here. And then I see Powell and Bishop91 over in the 343 Labs chat. Thanks for being here, everybody. If you are here and you do want to chat, use that link up at the top. Call in, get in the waiting room. Don't worry, it's not too intimidating. You click that link and you get put into a waiting room. It's not like you automatically get put on stream or something, and then when you are on stream it's just audio, so it's not that big of a deal. Don't be too shy. I would love to chat with some of you about Beattober, which if you're in the chat right now and you're planning to participate in Beattober, let me know. If you are apprehensive or you think you're not able to participate in Beattober, let me know about that too. Hey Yoka, 1971, nice to see you. I should remind everybody that we are brought to you today by none other than 343 Labs, which is an amazing music production school based in Berlin and New York and online. Lots of amazing courses. Of course, you can also get the Live 11 video handbook. We worked very hard on this video handbook. We are an Ableton-Certified training center. There's things like pro sessions. 343 Studio just launched, which I know some of you are having fun with that. And then pretty much every day over on the 343 Labs channel, there are live streams with 343 Labs instructors. So I do recommend that you check that out. This is the German site. I don't want to be on the German site, I don't think. Oh yeah, but there's weekly giveaways, live streams. Be sure to check it out. We have some new instructors this season. There's online courses, so it doesn't matter where you are in the world. You can take any of these courses. produce your first track. It's like beginner, intermediate, advanced, sound design, vocal production, mixing and mastering, all that. So go check out some of the courses for sure. And like I said, if you are thinking about doing Beattober, I will point you all in the direction of taetro.com/Beattober. Now this page is going to change because we have big announcements coming starting on Thursday. So make sure you're here for the Thursday stream because big announcements happening there. But taetro.com/Beattober will just give you a quick explainer, what it's all about, what is the challenge. We are supporting a good cause, an awesome nonprofit called the Music and Youth Initiative over the course of the month. There will be ways for you to donate. You'll be able to donate right on the content. You'll be able to donate by purchasing merch or purchasing the sound pack that will come out on October 1st, and lots of other ways. And we have very cool donation goals all along the way. As we hit our goals, we'll have to do different challenges. Bonus painting stream, 24-hour live stream. That's like the top tier goal. But that could be a lot of fun for sure. It's going to be a lot of fun. How to participate. Oh, and yes, you can go right now to Instagram and type in, I'm actually going to try this. If you go right now on Instagram and you just search the hashtag Beattober in the search bar, you'll be able to see what a bunch of people did last year, which I don't want anybody to feel too much pressure. Don't feel like you have to get a bunch of fancy camera equipment or anything to participate, but there are lots of really amazing beats that were really good. You just see a bunch of the artists. So you're going to see a lot of me because I obviously did it all 31 days, but so did a lot of other people. So I do recommend, if you want to get a feel for what Beattober is all about, you should go search up the hashtag. There's a lot of really cool entries that people did. And then of course, oh yeah, a cool little community formed around Beattober too. Like a group of producers like started doing collabs and stuff. That's really cool. Go search up the hashtag is the point of that. And you can see what other people did. So you can get in on it this year as well. Revi V says, what is Beattober? Who can explain it? Who can explain it to Revi V after I literally just explained it? But yeah, big announcements happening starting on Thursday. Make sure you join the stream then. We have lots of very cool sponsors as well for Thursday. Here's that Zoom link so you all can get in on the calls. I want to hear from you all. What was I going to say? But yeah, this is a big challenge, and that's kind of the topic of today's stream is the challenge for music producers, which especially home studio music producers, oftentimes we are working jobs and we have other life responsibilities. I know there's some parents out there in the chat, there are students out there in the chat, and then like everything in between. So how do we fit all that into our lifestyle as music producers? Just pausing the background music. And the thing is, we've done this on stream before with certain callers. It's like help people with time management. And the thing is, we have a lot more time than we think we do most of the time. 168 hours in the week. I do recommend that you take that 168 hours and do this exercise yourself. You just start subtracting all of the things that take your time. Sleep, if you sleep 8 hours a day, 8 times 7, subtract that from the 168. Eating time, family time, whatever it is, personal hygiene time. Like take away all the basics, then take away all the things you opt into, like work. Take family time, factor that into the mix. And then what usually happens is when you subtract all that time from the 168, you end up with time left over. And oftentimes people think they do not have time left over, and they do. So the point of this whole stream, this whole challenge, is for you to just figure out what is manageable and do what you can every day in the month of October. Does that mean it's a fully fleshed out Grammy award-winning beat video every single day? No, it's first of all, the length is limited to up to 1 minute. And what it did for me was posting every single day for the past 2 years in the month of October. It helped push me to learn A, how to work faster, and B, learn when you're working that fast and you're working under that limitation, you have to rely on somewhat of your instincts, and you learn sort of what you gravitate towards to naturally, because when you're under the gun, when you have a limitation like that, you have to sort of think and act quickly. So that is the point of the challenge. So I do recommend, if you are participating, that you do it every day for 31 days. I do realize that maybe for some that's not a possibility. So if you just still want to push and do a challenge, maybe you do 2 beats a week, 5 beats a week, whatever it is, 1 beat a week, use that hashtag Beattober. And, we're not going to be checking your work and making sure that you did something every single day. Kareem, I'm about to take your call, so let's talk. But you're not allowed to ask me about the Akai MPK Mini. So let's see how this goes. I'm on Facebook with Jane and YouTube. Oh, that's funny. There's lots of streams happening all at the same time. Nice. Make sure when you do call in that you have your audio device figured out. So like your mic should be selected on Zoom. And what should I also say? Your mic should be selected on Zoom, and you should mute the stream so that it is not, so it's not double audio, which is a problem that we run into often. So Kareem, if you want to call in, now is your time. I do enjoy that you have the Circle K photo as your thing. I'll give you 1 more minute to figure out the tech issue. Then we can chat. Heyoka says, good point. Finding extra time. I'm in bed at 9:30 p.m., sleeping by 10 p.m. I wake up at 4:30 a.m. Yikes. I own 2 companies and work a full-time job for fun, love banking industry. I have 2 hours before I have to do nothing. Yes, I agree. I think the 2 hours to do nothing sometimes is valuable. And all right, we're going to have to put you in the waiting room, Kareem, unfortunately. And I just exited out of the Zoom thing. Darn it. All right, I lost the waiting room, folks. So if you do want to call in, now is the time. I exited out of the waiting room. So call back in if you were in on it. I would love to hear from you. I messed it up, as I sometimes do. But nonetheless, I always mess that up. Anyway. We can continue chatting about Beattober while that refreshes. It also looks like Zoom is like having an issue. Now's the time to skip the line. Exactly. So if you want to call in, I'm just going to take them as you call in. Press Control T. I don't know what that does. Yeah, my waiting room totally emptied. I'm sorry, folks, if you were waiting in line. But feel free to use the link and call back in. Yes, so I have lots of things planned for Beattober, including giveaways, my friends. I guess I didn't mention that. I kind of buried the lead. But there will be giveaways pretty much every single stream. We'll be streaming every Thursday and every Saturday. Of course, we'll be here for TAETRO Talks on Tuesdays. We'll pretty much be doing a giveaway every single stream, and that's software and hardware. So do you want to make sure that you have notifications turned on? And you do want to make sure that you don't miss the streams, because especially on the first stream, October 1st, there's going to be an exclusive giveaway. Folks, is that Zoom link working? Because after I messed it up, I can't tell if it's working. So just click that link if you want to call in, or tell me if you click it and you have a problem. Oh, we do have somebody. Let's get somebody in here. All right, we're bringing Kate in onto the stream. Kate, how are you? Thanks for calling in.
answering questions about anything with Ableton?
Not doing tech
For fun.
support, but if you want to chat
Okay.
about process or things like that, happy to talk about that.
A process?
Your
Well,
creative process, things like that.
oh, okay. I just kind of jumped in. I didn't really know what you're talking about today. Um, no, I guess I don't have another question with that.
Tell me a little bit about yourself, Kate, because I don't think you've called in before. Like, where are you from? How long you've been making music? That kind of thing.
Oh, sure. I'm from Montana. I've been making music for 20 years or so. And I use
Nice.
Ableton and yeah, I write songs,
That's awesome.
singer-songwriter, dreamy pop, indie, folktronica,
Oh,
and that.
folktronica. So, how do you find
Yeah.
Ableton as a DAW for that more traditional style of like songwriting, making music? Because I know a lot of people like electronic musicians, DJs, like they find it very very good to like work in that loop bass format, whatever. But I recently switched to arrangement view. I don't know if you're working mostly on the timeline like that. That seems like it would be more of a songwriter's approach. I'm curious your take on that.
Uh, I do both.
Nice.
I also use a lot of clips and harmonize and use Ableton for live performances as well,
Nice.
and do it like that. And that's really fun.
Cool.
And it's really fun for improv as well. You
For
just,
sure.
start with some couple chords and then just start going. And then next thing you know, you might have a good song and you might not, but
Do you perform purely solo or as part of a group or a duo or anything?
solo.
Nice. Yeah, it can be really good for that. You want to ask your question about Ableton? I'll see if I can answer it. I can't guarantee that I can answer it, though. Maybe somebody in the chat will be able to.
I'm making a live set, and then when I have a file as an ALS,
Sure.
it's not dragging back into the set I'm creating.
Interesting. So what happens when you drag it in?
Nothing. It's just like
Nothing
a little
happens.
circle with a line. And then some will transfer to make a set, and then others won't.
Interesting. I do not know the answer to that, but I feel like I've experienced this problem before. So chat, if anybody has an answer for Kate, would love some insight. But I wonder, you're not working between versions or anything, right? Because that I could see being an issue if like one ALS was made with like 10 and then trying to bring it into 11 or something like that.
Oh, maybe, no, because I had it all in 11, and then I'm trying to switch up to make a big set into smaller groups.
Interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have no idea, but I definitely know that I've encountered that problem before because it should just be easy. I guess.
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm just like experimenting, trying it right now and seeing if I can get the X to pop up. But for the most part, well, I guess just make sure you're dropping it into like the empty space and not trying to drop it onto like an audio track or something. But I'm not recreating the problem. Like I'm trying to recreate the problem, but I'm not really able
Okay.
to. But yeah, just make sure you're not dropping it onto track. Make sure it's in that empty like drop files and devices here. Try to do it in
Yep.
session view. Yeah, if I try to do it in session view and I'm holding it on top of a track, it does give me the X. So if I believe if I scroll over and move over to all that empty space where it says drop, like move over to the right, and I drop, oh, actually, oh, that's a project file. That's why. Well, make sure you're not trying to drop the project file like I just
Yeah.
did. And then if I drag it, it looks like you can't do it in session view. I'm showing my screen.
Okay.
Looks like a struggle in session view, but if I do it in arrangement view and I bring it down to the
Then,
bottom, I can drag it right in.
okay. Maybe I'll try it that way. Let's see.
Hopefully, that can be the solve for your problem.
Oh, it is doing it now.
Heck yes,
Wait,
we are.
it was doing the little, yeah, it's spinning.
Well, spinning is not at the X, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Well, Kate, I think that you should participate in Beattober. I don't know if you heard anything that I said about the Beattober challenge, but it would be great to
No.
have some singer-songwriter, folk artists involved in Beattober, which is just like a daily beat making challenge where everybody makes one video per day, up to 1 minute, posts it on Instagram, hashtag Beattober. It's a good time. It's a good community. And I'm reviewing the music all month and throughout the month of October, people who use the hashtag, giveaways, all that good stuff. So I think it would be great to have you and your music as a participant in that. I highly encourage it.
Sure, that sounds fun. How do you join that part?
Well,
You just follow it. Do you
yeah,
have your link on YouTube?
you can go to taetro.com/beattober and you'll be able to read all about it. But basically, it's just do your posting, use the hashtag Beattober, come to the streams on Thursdays and Saturdays where we'll be like reviewing the music and doing lots of giveaways. And that's it. Nothing crazy and official. You don't got to sign up or anything. Just participate.
Cool. Sounds fun. I'll do it.
Kate, I'm glad you called in today. Thank you for thank you for that. I'm glad we solved that issue.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. All right. Have a good one.
You too. Bye.
Chat. People that were in the waiting room before I X out of it, call back in. Click the link. If it's not working, let me know. Oh, hi, B. Gemin. Nice to see you. Stephen Main says, Yo, Taedro, you really helped me with the Akai MPK Mini. Awesome, bro. Thanks. I'm glad I could help. Bro, how can I learn to play the keyboard? I've bought a MIDI keyboard, but don't know how to play. Who can link my friend Shirag a video? A Taetro video that can be very helpful. Actually, Shirag, if you just go right to my channel page, I've got plenty of playlists. Getting started here. Actually, I feel like people don't know this. Let me just show this really quick because Joseph McCaffrey worked very hard on this. And I feel like it's a problem of people don't actually go to channel pages. If you literally go to my channel page, we try to solve all the questions. Well, first of all, you can, if you're a YouTube member, get ready to submit music for Saturday's live stream. Second of all, what question do I get asked the most? What MIDI controller should you buy? So there's a literal whole playlist that people can click on here. This is on the front channel page. You go to youtube.com/Taedro. It's here. Getting started in music production. This is a good place to start as well. Screen turned back on. Thank you. Beat making process explained. This is another good place to get started. These two playlists are for you if you're just getting started. And then if you just want to enjoy some beats, it's here. If you want to see me when I was bald, that's there. So that's what I'm saying. All the stuff you need is literally on my channel's homepage. Gotta add the music video theory videos. Yeah, those can almost go in their own playlist too. Is Mr. Taetro reading this chat? Yes, Mark Morgan. Hello. Hello, Nefertiti Gold as well. Oh, I'm just checking back into that 343 Lab chat. Hello, Silvano. All right, let me click this button. We got Brent. Oh, is that Drunk Bishop? The Bishop, the man, the myth. Sorry, man, and thank you. And how did you learn to play? I don't know how to answer that. Why does it matter how I learned to play? Hello, Mr. Bishop.
Yo, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Thank you for calling in.
Hey, how's it going, man?
It's going great. How are you?
Pretty good, man. I'm excited for Beattober. I've never done that before, and this is actually the first year I've ever. I feel like I've heard the word before, but
of course,
I never had a clue what that was. So I'm a little nervous.
Don't be nervous. It's supposed to be like it's not supposed to be like, it's not a beat battle, you know, like it's not a competition. Yeah. It's like, it's just like for you, like to get better, you know, and have work to share, I guess.
I changed my volume. Is that okay?
Yes. Now I can hear that you are on a spaceship that's about to take off.
Sorry. Let me turn my fan off.
There we go. Awesome. But yeah, do you think that you will participate for like all 31 days? Do you think you'll be able to do that?
Sorry, what was that?
Do you think you'll be able to do each day, like 31 days in a row?
I'm gonna try. I don't know if I'll be able to like make something good. Like the only thing I'm worried about is getting stuck on making something good.
Yeah, well, I think that's the thing too. Like it doesn't have to be like spectacular. Like every single day doesn't have to be this hugely impressive beat. Like these can be like sketches. They can be anywhere in between. They can be like literal sketches and ideas versus like, oh, this is a track that I want to finish and put out. I think the main thing is like at the end of the 31 days, if you did make 31 beats, maybe half of them are something you want to finish. Maybe you have 5 out
Right.
of the 31 that you want to finish. And any number above 0 is a win at the end of the month, but they don't all have to be. Like, well, you can experiment with something one day. Like, oh, I just wanted to try, working in this genre today. Like, make it something that's interesting and beneficial to you,
Right. So people aren't necessarily expecting, gold.
No, I don't think so. And like, I would be crazy to say like if all 31 beats I'm going to put out are going to be gold. They're definitely not. And people can go back and look at the past 2 years of my Beattober videos, and there's some great beats, there's some good beats, there's some beats that I don't really care at all to listen back to at all. So like,
Yeah.
the point is just like getting in the process of doing it every single day and learning about your process and come out of it November 1st. Like, the whole thing is like if you made a beat every single day for 31 days and you were struggling before with like productivity or getting stuff done or getting ideas out, well, when you get to November and that daily challenge isn't there anymore, if you want to say to yourself, oh, let me just make 1 beat per week, that's going to seem so easy because you just did it every single day,
Yeah, it's kind of like doing push-ups or something, Like,
Exactly. It's exactly
just
like that.
do that for like a month, and then and then see how your breathing is or whatever.
For sure. And it's just like you'll get better and better. Like, like after doing a month of push-ups, you can do way more push-ups than you could on the first day. And, that's great. And then there's the other aspect to it that is like the video making too. So maybe some folks have the music making part down and they want to get both better at both making videos and, doing music at the same time. Which
Yeah, I wanted to ask, man, like, what's a good ratio of time balance between working on your beat versus the video for your day?
well,
Because it's every day. Like,
yeah, well, I mean, it comes down to it has to be sustainability. Like, it has to be like if you're gonna do this, like it has to be something that you can actually accomplish every single day. So like for
Right.
me, I could shoot with 2 cameras, like 2 professional cameras every single day and edit that and make that look good. Like, because I've just been making videos and editing for so long. A lot of people don't have like the editing and the filming chops to be able to do that sustainably every single day. So I highly encourage people just like do 1 shot with your phone, set it up somewhere good, make sure there's like halfway decent lighting, do a bunch of takes until you get the right take, go sync up the audio, and then there's like literally almost no editing. If you want to get a little fancy, maybe one of your beats every week is like fancier filming. Then it's like film one part
okay.
over here, film 1 part over here, film 1 part over here. Like just do it degrees of like fancy, like whatever you're feeling that day, whatever's possible that day. Some days you might have a single camera angle and sync up the audio. Other days you might have a bigger, elaborate video, whatever it may be.
But what about like you just whoop something up in Photoshop real quick or something? Like, is that fair at all, or does
Yeah.
that not count? Like,
It's not. See, that's the thing. Like nothing doesn't count. Like nothing is
Right.
like disqualifying or anything because it's not like that. But the thing is, the whole point of this being not just a beat making competition and also being a video competition is because I want people to get good at making content around.
oh, okay, yeah.
Because what will ultimately happen is if you make a bunch of like decent beat videos for the month of October, your following is going to grow. More people are going to be paying attention to you and your music and recognize you as a music producer. So like it's kind of like a 2 birds with 1 stone. I would rather people, like some people do like, oh, I'm going to just record my DAW screen or something like that.
Yeah.
It's not going to perform very well on social media. So like,
Right.
is that does that mean you can't participate in Beattober? No, of course you still can. But I'm saying like push yourself to do something like that you see other people doing on social media that brings them success as music producers, like that's part of the challenge.
Right, that makes sense. That why you got us on Instagram and stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's kind of it's sort of like you're practicing being out there on the social medias and stuff like that. Like you got a video. I was watching Eldre talk about this too. Like it could
Yeah.
be something super easy, simple with your iPhone, just stitch together stuff.
Exactly.
And like you just because here's the thing, people aren't gonna go to your link on your Instagram like, oh,
Exactly.
here's this link to my song to some other page.
Yep.
They want to stay on Instagram and watch that video. So there's the video, and they're now fully exposed to you and your work.
Exactly.
through that. So dang.
Yeah, and
He's
then the
smart,
thing
man.
is, too, if you did make one awesome beat video and then people found, like, it got circulated by the algorithm and people found it, if they go to your page and you don't have any other music production content, or you don't have any other like fire like beats
Right.
on your page, you got like
videos.
you got
It's cat
picture, yeah,
videos.
exactly. You have picture of your cat, picture of your family with peace and love. That's fine, but like, if they go there, why would they follow you? They saw one great beat video, but you don't have any more, so they're probably not going to follow you. However,
Yeah, you're right.
if you have 31 amazing beat videos on your page and they found one, now they're going to go to your page and be like, whoa, this person is like a dope producer. I'm going to follow them. And now they're tuned in for like what you do in the future, you know? So
That's what I thought about STK, man. I went to his page. I was like, this guy does something.
Right, exactly. Like, you want people to get to your page and have that reaction. Like, oh, this person does something.
True. That's so smart, man. So yeah, I guess I'm even more excited about it then.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like only growth opportunity for folks, but I'll bring it back to say like that sustainability thing. Like, if you are doing something during the month of Bitober where it's like, I cannot do this every day for 31 days, then you're doing it wrong. Then you have to find a version of it that is possible for the
Suitable for
31 days. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't want anybody coming out and being like, I tried to do that and it was like just impossible. It was too much work. Well, that means you're doing it wrong. Like, there's plenty of ways to accomplish this in a sustainable way for you. It might not look like what's sustainable for me. And by the way, I'll mention, I have posted many videos that are recorded with these cameras, these freaking, like, that camera that I'm using for the stream right now is like a $2,000 camera. And like the other one is like also an expensive camera. I've shot videos with those cameras that have not performed nearly as well as videos that I've shot with my phone. Like, I've shot videos with my phone that have like 10,000s of views higher than videos I've shot with big professional cameras. So like, gear,
kidding.
not an excuse. Like, actually, I think content shot on a phone that looks more personal does a little bit better on Instagram and stuff like that. So that's what I'll say about that too. So hopefully that can motivate some folks who are apprehensive.
Yeah, it makes me kind of focus more as the content on the content as a whole rather than I'm just making a beat. And because dude, there's a million. You say it all the time. There's a million people making just a beat.
Exactly, for sure. And it's like there's a whole wide world out there. Like, everybody's making music, everybody's putting music out. How are you gonna stand out? What's gonna make you stand out? And anything you can do to put yourself over the competition, that's what you got to do.
Yeah, I think that's the ultimate leg up there is noticing how to stand out in the social media realm. Like,
Yep.
I mean, I take you as a good example because you're pumping out the stories, all that stuff. You stay consistent.
Because because I found ways to make it sustainable for me. I do it in ways that's not like back-breaking work. You know, I found
Sure.
systems, I've found what I think works, and I've also found what I enjoy. Like, that's the other half of it too. Like, you should be enjoying this, and if you're not to say it's not going to be work, it is work, and it is like you got to put effort in, and you'll feel tired, and you'll feel like it's like an obligation at some points, but that doesn't mean I'm not having fun. That doesn't mean it's not like my work is important to me, you know? It's not like work, like I go work this 9 to 5 and I hate my job and I hate my boss or whatever. Like,
course.
it's something I enjoy, and it is work. So that's the other half too.
It sounds like we all have our own formula then, you know what I mean?
Everybody does. I mean, all the people you see that are successful on social media, like whoever you follow that has some kind of following or is successful on social media, you'll probably notice that maybe there are some common things among them, but they also, the thing that makes you like them is like their individuality, their personality, like something that separates them from everybody else. And the way they go about it probably separates them from everybody else too. So there's just like multiple avenues for success. So when you're making your videos and everybody sees like, oh, Drunk Bishop posting, like what makes the Drunk Bishop videos stick out, you know? Like, oh, that's the dude that, you know, does whatever, has this in his video. So that's the dude that makes kind of these kind of beats that I haven't really heard before. Whatever it is, it's like, or that's the dude that gave me that really good tip, you know, whatever it can be that makes you stick out. That's what it is. That's what makes you special. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm seeing that more and more now, especially with the shorts and stuff too, because I'm getting all these Ableton tips and stuff videos in there.
Yeah.
And I forget that one dude's name. The puppet guy's on there now, and I'm like, oh man,
Yeah.
the shorts are great. It's almost like their version of TikTok, I guess.
Yeah, it's like
You know?
it's all, every platform, they see the success of, it started with Vine, then it became TikTok.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm going to give you all a funny, wait, am I doing this right? Yeah. So Reed Stefan is the name of that puppet guy.
Yes, that's him.
I'll tell you a funny story. One time, I think I can say this, before Live 11 came out, there was this Ableton had like this Zoom meeting with artists to show them the new feature of Live 11, and
Oh,
I
really?
got to go to it and like see the new features and get the beta and whatever. And there were other artists there. One was Reed Stefan, and I could see that he was copied on the email. So before the Zoom call happened, I was like, there's no way I'm going to see who this person is behind the puppet, because there's no way it's going to be the puppet on the Zoom call. But I kid you not, I log into the Zoom call and there's a bunch of artists all in the different windows of Zoom. And what do you know? There is a puppet on the Zoom call asking
way, dude.
questions, talking. Like the puppet was on the Zoom call. I cannot.
You're kidding me, man.
Yeah,
He's the realest puppet in the game.
cannot make that up. Like not even for a piece of content, literally for
Oh,
the private
commitment.
meeting. Yeah.
The commitment is unreal.
Yeah. So that's a funny little story about that.
That's amazing. You heard it first on TAETRO.
Exactly. Well, I am looking forward to your entries, or not entries, but your participation in Beatober. I can't wait to see what you come up with, and just keep in mind all those things we talked about, like make it sustainable for you, make sure you're having fun, you're enjoying it, and like, how do you make yourself stand out?
Yeah, man. I think I'm gonna. Yeah. That was some good advice. I think I'm gonna approach this a lot easier now.
Yeah, you got this for sure. I'm excited to see your participation.
All right, man.
All right. Have a good one, my friend. Thanks for calling in.
You too, brother. See you later.
See ya. All right, let's keep on going. Steven, got you up next. I have Ableton open now and everything. Sorry, Steven, I didn't give you much notice there. Just make sure you connect your sound device. But I'm glad you all thought that story was funny, because I hope that's cool that I share that. I think that's pretty funny. Remalox, hello. Oh,
What
hi,
up?
Stephen Main. Thanks for joining the call.
What up? What up?
What
How
up?
you doing?
What up? I am doing great. How are you? Thanks for calling in.
Oh, I'm doing great. So I don't really use Ableton. I use Logic, but I did have quite a question about the Akai.
Sure.
So I just more or less like what would be the best. I've watched your beat, like your mapping, your
Yeah.
custom mapping video.
Yep.
But the only thing that I'm running into is like the rewinding and fast forwarding, like I have to like double click it, and I only have it to where I could do like a bar at a time.
Sure.
So I was wondering if you had any like methods or anything like, or a better, I tried it too on like the actual analog knobs, but it was just like too much.
It's like jittery and
super
jumpy.
fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get away from more of like of using my mouse as much.
Right. Well, I'll say one thing is like sometimes it is just easier to use the mouse, so don't like discredit the.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, like oftentimes I'm not doing a ton. Like some controllers work really well, but I don't try to force controllers to do too many things they're not already programmed to do, because then you spend just more time like mapping and more time like fixing problems than, okay, I could have just clicked. But
Yeah, for real.
But I would say the editor is your friend. There is an editor like software that comes with the controller. A lot of controllers have this.
Yeah.
So the editor is your friend, and some of the issue might be it's either there's certain like modes for certain buttons, like toggle like might result in something different than for some reason the other mode is escaping my brain right now, but toggle or hold or something like that. So just mess with that, because that can change whether or not you have to hold a button down, or what happens when you release a button. Does it send another signal when you release it, or does it just send a signal when you push it? That kind of thing. But I will say it's tough. It must be tough for a Logic user out there, because there are not that many controllers for you all. Like, crazy.
Exactly. And I'm just really getting into like even using the Kai as a controller.
Sure.
Like I tried, I've had it for like, I don't know, probably like 6 or 8 months. And I've just used it as just like a MIDI controller and a drum pad, you know? I never even knew how to use the analog knobs until watching your fucking video.
Right. Yeah, for
and
sure.
I figured out how to map it. And, you know, like, it's just like when I hit the CC and then I rewind, I have to like disable it, you know, and then it's like I'm pressing it at an extra time to get it to go, like, you know, like, but I mean, it's not really that big of a problem. I have like a studio mouse too. I just been trying to get a little bit away from it. And I'm liking having the actual like controller.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's a good one for that. But hopefully one day Logic, you know, or Apple, whoever, is going to put out some custom controllers, because a lot of people are using Logic. FL Studio as well. Not a lot of there is one main controller for FL Studio, and I know the Launchpad X, they added support for Logic, but not quite like, I don't know. Ableton's just great in that way. Yeah, exactly. That's why I love it.
And see, I have Ableton as well. I have the Lite, but I just don't use it as much. I used GarageBand for years, and I finally a couple years ago upgraded to Logic. So it's just what I'm comfortable with is that DAW, you know. But I have the other ones.
Exactly. The one thing I'll say, of course, you like a lot of professional producers use Logic, so like stick with it if that's your thing. But I'll also say sometimes in my experience, I have stuck with things just because I'm comfortable with them, and it's actually held me back quite a bit. So just make sure you don't fall into that. Like if you end up spending more time solving problems because you're sticking with something you're comfortable with, it's actually probably equal or even better for you to just try something you're not comfortable with. That's going to actually make your life so much easier. So just have that in the back of your mind.
Yeah, no, that's kind of where I'm at. That's kind of why I got Pro Tools. I have Ableton. I have the MPC that comes with a Kai. Like I have like almost all of them.
Yeah,
so
awesome.
I'm just trying to keep them in my category in case I do want to switch over. If I figure out, oh, this is easier in here, and just like do that, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's great. That all sounds cool, Steven. Steven, are you going to participate in Beattober? I'm asking everybody this.
I'm actually thinking about it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it every single day, but it's my first time hearing about it. I just got into your videos like literally yesterday, so it's kind of cool.
Oh, that's funny.
About the Beattober. Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm definitely going to participate. I just have to hashtag it on Instagram.
All you got to do, make a beat, hashtag Beattober on Instagram, and you're good to go. And there will be, this little hint is like, there's going to be certain things happening throughout the month where it's like little competitions or like prizes involved where you might have to use a different hashtag. So just like make sure you're keyed in, like as long as you're following me on Instagram and you maybe tune into the Thursday and Saturday live streams, like you'll be clued into all that stuff. But I'll be posting lots of like announcement videos, and like we'll be live on the first day of Beattober, which is a Friday, to just make all these announcements. But yeah, stay tuned for all that good stuff.
For sure, definitely will. And now, is it strictly just beats, or is it vocals?
No,
and
write
stuff too?
song.
Because
do anything. Write any kind of music. 1 minute videos. I would say 1 minute.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah,
Awesome.
I'm definitely stoked about that.
Fantastic. Well, I hope to see some of your posts, man. Good luck.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be there. Thanks for chatting with me.
Yes, no problem. Have a good one.
You too.
Chat. I'm gonna keep going with calls, but 1 second. I gotta show something came out today, and the caller reminded me that something dropped today. I don't know if you all saw that Akai has something new out. I haven't had a chance to use it yet, though. Definitely came out today, right? Yes. Okay. The MPC Studio 2. Hello. New MPC Studio. It's a cool piece of hardware. I just haven't quite had a chance to check it out yet, but I probably will. Maybe we'll even do a giveaway of it during Beattober. Who can say? But yeah, because they got like a free version of the MPC software and all that. Definitely going to be checking this out soon. Okay, I need to keep going with the calls or we're going to run out of time. Music Block Scenes, congratulations. I'm glad you passed your sets. I'm sorry if I missed any chats, by the way. But we're going to keep going. I got Orbit in here calling in. Let's chat. I got Orbit, then Digit. You'll be up next. And we'll just keep on going. Hi, Orbit.
Hello.
Thank you for calling in.
Good afternoon, stream. So, TAETRO,
What's up?
I appreciate your work. Like,
Thank you.
I just started doing beats maybe 2 weeks ago.
Awesome.
Like, I also did one song which I posted in the track submission. Like, it was made along your tutorial. So, and I
Great.
was very, very happy with it. But the title of stream is like the biggest challenge for music producers. But I don't know if I can call yet some producer because I just made 2 songs. But also every new song is big challenge for me because this is like completely new musical way.
Right.
Like I played several instruments in the past, but no electronic, no this style. And it was like kind of funny coincidence that I bought like MIDI last year to track drums because we were in our country lockdown, so no able to play with friends and things. So I wanted to track drums at home, but also I was a first grader at the university, so didn't have really time. And this time I came up, so let's create something, and I'm creating songs. And
now you're doing it. You're really doing it. That's awesome.
Yes, and it's, let's say it's hard for now because like I'm very short time in it, but it gets better with time.
Exactly. You get better and better.
I'm also excited for Beattober, but there will be no, like I will not be submitting every day because school, everything else. For example, today I had school like for 7-8 hours straight, and I feel like I am totally dead now. Like I no longer live.
Sure. You should definitely just try to push yourself to do it a little bit though. And I'll say, in life, as artists, like we're always going to be struggling with balancing like our art, our work, and versus like our job. And you're always gonna, like for the foreseeable future, you're gonna either have school for 7 to 8 hours a day, or you're gonna have to go to work for 7 to 8 hours a day. And what that can't do, like if you want to be an artist and you want to pursue this like pathway, is it can't take everything out of you so that when you get home, you like just can't do anything. I feel like sometimes that's almost like a thing that the media like paints, like it's like a narrative that is like oh, when you're done with work you have to come home and just chill and watch Netflix and you know, like just relax, or you feel exhausted. Like you might some days you might feel exhausted and tired, but also some days you might have the energy to go to do something and to make something, and you might actually find that that is a way you relax, or that is a way you can sort of feel better about your day. So like don't write it totally off and try to switch that mindset of like, okay, yes, I have school for 8 hours, but I'm looking forward to going home and making something. And that won't be every day, but it can be a lot of days. If you don't switch that mindset like while you're young and doing school, then that just evolves to you going into a career and you completely forgetting about being creative. And I don't want anybody to forget about being creative. Like we have lots of hours in the day and we have lots of capacity to use those hours for different things. So I think people for sure can push themselves beyond what they think they can do. But nonetheless, I do understand that not everybody can, based on their responsibilities, make a beat every single day or make a beat video every single day. But if you can't, like doing one a week, do you think that that seems more achievable, something that you can do?
Yes, I have that plan that
Nice.
I will do one video per week. And also like here in Europe, in Slovakia, there is autumn and all these vibes and dark weather, rain. So
Yeah.
it makes some weird moods inside of me.
Sure.
And in some ways, it gets me inspired to create even more. So
That's awesome. And you should take advantage of that because that's something that's going to make you unique and your situation unique. And like for me, I live in Los Angeles where it's like sunny every single day. Like it's basically like only cloudy a few times and it really never rains. So like, even though that sounds very beautiful, it's also like, I don't know, I come from a place where it would rain or it would snow, like, and it would get dark. And here it's just different. So just with your environment, if that inspires you, it makes you unique, like take advantage of that. That sounds really cool.
yes, so I really appreciate that. Oh, and also last yesterday I released one song and it got for me like huge success what I was expecting to. So I'm totally blown away now
That's
and
awesome.
happy and pumped to do even more. So
Right.
this is I think the best motivation you can get.
Yep, you can like keep going. Like you said, it gets easier and easier every time. It's hard right now because you're just starting, but you're gonna keep on taking more challenges. So it's like it's not necessarily that it's gonna get easier and easier. It's just that you're gonna get better at solving problems and better at taking on challenges. So just keep
Yes,
going
yes.
and don't stop.
Yes, and also the creativity improves because last time I was like 2 hours playing around with MIDI to find some melody which would make sense and was somehow emotional or chill or simply it would need to make sense. So
Yeah.
easy.
All right, my friend, you got it. Shout out to you over in Slovakia. I can't wait to see what you come up with for Beattober. Keep going, my friend.
Yes, thank you.
All right.
Have a good day.
You
See
too.
ya.
See ya. All right, a couple more calls. We'll take these 2 more calls and then we'll call it a day. Sorry for that technical stuff at the beginning. But Digit is coming in. So when it comes to be creative, do or do not, there is no try. Yes, MV Beckham, Yoda said it best. Hi, Digit. Thank you for being here.
Hey, TAETRO, always good to be here, man.
Happy to have you on. Tell me what's up. What's on your mind? What do you want to chat about?
Nothing much, man. I just what is today's prompt? I kind of forget.
Talking about the challenge. We kind of talked a lot about Beattober and taking on like that kind of challenge. Curious to hear your thoughts on that. If you're willing or if you're going to participate or like at what level, like what do you think of that? Taking on that challenge?
Yeah, for sure. So with Beattober coming up, always a pleasure. For me, myself, and I know it's gonna be a bit of a bigger issue. I got a lot of things, pulling at my life. So I'm like planning on like not necessarily a quote unquote beat a week, but more of like a finished song per week.
Nice. Cool. I think that's a very decent goal. Do you feel like that is that will be a challenge for you, or do you feel like that's going to be easy for you?
Oh no, that's going to be a challenge, man.
Good.
I'm incredibly particular about how I make things, and God, man, it's always a struggle. It's always a struggle because perfection is definitely a killer in this process.
Well, that's the thing. That's why I'm pushing people to do more frequent, like do it daily. Because if you give yourself a week and you really want to do a finished song, like you're going to take that week and you're going to use all of that time. Whereas if you're doing something every day and it's just something short, then you're like forcing yourself to come up with ideas and not focus on making it perfect because it has to get out the door. You're focused on doing the best you can in the day, and it's not enough time to kind of agonize over the things. So that's why I'm pushing people to really do the daily thing. I think that is a huge part of the challenge.
Oh yeah, and I might do like a short here and there, just like something stupid. I know there's a one song that I have. It's just incredibly simple, and it's literally me just just singing into the microphone, just saying whatever comes to my mind. And it was like my fiance, she was like gone a lot, so I just sang like how like I missed my friends and I missed my fiance at the time, and just just randomly doing stuff. And that didn't take very long. Like that one was just straight from the heart, very simple instrumental, just like not even a 4 to the floor, like a half of like a I don't know, a drum beat.
Sounds like just pure expression.
Yeah, just pure expression, nothing simple. But with other things, it's a bit more chaotic. I know I did something a few days ago. It's like half finished, and it's just so insane. I don't want to say it's metal, but it's not exactly punk either. It kind of reminds me of POD.
Like alt rock kind of thing.
Yeah, and I don't know. I really like the vibes, so I'm gonna finish it off. But yeah, man.
Cool.
Beattober. It's gonna be great, man. It's gonna be a great time.
It's going to be a great time. Yes, you heard it here, folks. From Digit himself. It's going to be a great time.
Oh yeah. By the way, I what was it? The submission. Yeah, the music submission. Yeah, I was watching it. I completely forgot it was going on, and so I was just listening. I did my little submission, and I I think I fell asleep while I was watching it.
That's funny.
Very, very sorry about that.
That's okay. No worries. I know it's like a weird time for some people, but hey, this Saturday we do it at we are doing it at the middle of the day for me, so at noon PST. So hopefully that helps some other folks out there on different time zones, and people won't be falling asleep during the. I must be so boring, huh, Digit? You're just falling asleep during the stream.
No, that's not it, man. That's not it. Oh man, I just try to be supportive, just even in spirit.
For sure. Well, thanks so
Oh,
much,
man.
my friend. I can't wait to hear your songs for Beattober.
Yeah, no problem. Everyone listening, push
Yes, push
as hard
through.
as you can. You can do it. It's just around the corner. It's gonna be amazing. Make it as spooky as possible, or don't. It's up to you. But yeah,
Thank you so much, man. Have a good one. Looking forward to it.
amen. You too.
Rashane, if you want to jump in, I'll take you as my the last call. I have two more, and then you. So Rashane, if you do want to jump in, you can. I got Lo-Fi Li-Fi. Lo-Fi Li-Fi is joining the call here. Lo-Fi, and of course we'll have a lot less calls if people are not actually connecting via audio. Oh, Kevin Iskandar from Indonesia over in the 343 Labs chat. We love that. Peace and love, Lo-Fi Li-Fi. I'm gonna put you back in the waiting room, and I'm gonna grab Khalil. We'll try you again, Lo-Fi Li-Fi, in right after this call. But if not, I'm just going to jump right to Rashane. We'll call it a day. Hope y'all are having a good week so far. Nope. I guess I'm not going to try Khalil because Khalil left. And it's a good thing Rashane called in because we're about to grab Rashane. Call it a day. Duncan asks how you call in. Duncan, you have to come to the next time we do a call-in show because...
Hey.
Oh, hey, what's up, Rashane? Thank you for joining the call.
Yes, thanks for squeezing me in.
No problem. We had some technical difficulties at the top, and then some people, it always works out. So what did you want to chat about today?
I wanted to keep the conversation going on Beattober and get your thoughts on, I guess, creating some constraints when we're doing this, whether it's like the music or the video production aspect, just so we can like stay consistent.
Yep.
My specific question was for like more like the video stuff, and like I know you touched on this a little bit of just like doing the one shot, but I guess what are some gotchas you think we might not be aware of until we start doing it?
Yeah, like maybe some things that are going to be like a little bit harder than you thought, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, don't try to like overdo or overproduce anything. Like don't go too far like beyond. Sometimes it's easy to look at like a movie or a piece of content and be like, oh, I can shoot that. I can shoot like that. And then you go to do it and it's like, wait, this is way too hard. So it's like the main tips I have is like shoot vertically, like use your camera or your phone, shoot vertically. Like that means up and down, not side to side. And set it, like get a good shot. Like it's either going to be a good shot of like your hands, like what your hands are doing on your instrument, or it's like a shot that's you and the instrument, or it's that typical top-down shot. Like maybe, I don't know if a lot of people use the save option on Instagram, but when I see like videos or images that I really like, I save them onto into a folder on Instagram, which you can do just by hitting the save button. And like look at what works for other people, whether that's the typical top-down shot, whether it's a specific angle, and just collect that. And then what that does for you is when you go to shoot your video, you go look at that folder and be like, okay, I'm going to do that angle that person did. And you just literally like that's like setting another limitation for yourself. You're like, I'm going to do this. Like if you sit down and you have your beat made, but it's time to shoot the video and you have like no plan at all as to like what it's going to look like or how it's going to be, then you're going to just feel frustrated and it's not going to come out how you like it. And me especially, like I'm impatient. Like if I don't have a plan going into it and I just try to wing it, I get annoyed because I'm like, all right, this isn't turning out how I want. I didn't plan for this properly. I don't know what I'm doing. So that's what I say. Collect inspiration ahead of time and then kind of automate that video making process when you get there. Shoot.
Okay.
Shoot and then make the sound play out loud so you can hear you can hear the audio in the video. But then later, the reason that we have the sound turned on for the video and we can hear it in the video is because you should get the video off your phone or off your camera, put it into a simple video editor, export the audio from your DAW, and then sync that up and mute the video. So having that audio playing out loud and not necessarily through headphones, you'll see that in most of my videos, I'm rarely wearing headphones. And that's because during shooting, I'm playing the music out loud, and that camera capturing that audio is what I use as a guide and how I sync up the finished audio that I've exported from my DAW with the video. So that's why that is the case. It's much harder if you wear headphones, shoot your video, and now you have to sync up audio later. You have no guide. Maybe if you're finger drumming, you might be able to line it up. But it's just like a little bit easier that way. And oftentimes I'll do like a count-in, like when I go to shoot like a different part of a beat. All right, I'm going to do the drums now. I click record. It gives me a 4-bar metronome count-in, and then I'm in. That makes it 10 times easier to sync up with the video later on too. So it's just little things that you can do to make things just a little bit better and make things, like I said, easier, sustainable. You don't want to do anything wild and crazy that's going to make it like impossible for you to do every day. Like especially like setup wise, like if you have to like set up this whole camera rig every day to make this video, that's not sustainable because like who has time for that? That's like adding time that you don't have. So you should have like maybe a spot that you're going to shoot in every single day, or like a couple easy spots, or just one tripod that's easy to move around. Make sure it's a spot with good lighting. I think that's all my major tips. But yeah, collecting inspiration and seeing what other people are doing and trying to emulate that is probably the best way to go.
Okay, cool. And I had one last question around
Sure.
like when you were doing it last year the first time, did you go into it or halfway through kind of like have a plan of what kind of music you would make that day? Like I'm deciding like just a high level overview of like, say certain days I'm going to use the sample pack just so like I don't think too hard and I go in there and I just make the music.
Yeah. Well, that's actually what you just said is like a really good technique and like kind of limitation to put on yourself. Okay, today I'm just using this sample pack and I'm just sticking within that. Not to say like if you get down to it and you're like, dang, this would sound good with like this 808 plugin I have. Yeah, go and do that. But that is the right idea. It's like, I don't think that I planned too far in advance what I'm going to make every single day. However, if I wake up that day, I do make a decision about, okay, I heard this song yesterday. I want to make a beat that's kind of like that today. Or I got this plugin today. Let me make a beat that's like mostly all with this plugin, or using presets from this plugin. Those little things that you do every single day make it so much easier. Because if you leave it like open-ended, Like, oh, who knows what I'm going to make today? I'll just sit down and figure it out. No, instead you should be like, this is the kind of music that I want to make, whether it's today or in general as an artist. So I'm going to work on this kind of beat today. Okay, what makes that music this kind of music? Then you break that down, you emulate the style, you make it your own, and then that has pushed you in a direction rather than just being like, I'm just going to do anything. And the last part of that I'll say is, if people want to get ahead and start making some beats ahead of time, like for me, the other important thing I should say too is, one thing I stopped doing over the past year or so, I used to go to make a beat video, and while I was shooting, I was like composing the beat. Like I had not made the beat before I started shooting the video, and I would shoot the process of making the beat, which became super frustrating because A, your camera runs out of batteries, B, you run out of memory, C, you get frustrated with the camera on you and you can't come up with an idea, all that stuff. So my process now is I make the music separately off camera, and then I arrange that music project file into something that I'm now going to perform and make into a video, and then I go and shoot a video. So now, instead of like being under the gun on the camera, all I have to do is replay these ideas I already came up with. So I just want to put that out there for people too. Like, don't feel like you have to be coming up with the idea while on camera. Make the beat, do it in peace, like, you know, like don't put too much pressure on yourself, then make the video. Separate, compartmentalize the process.
Okay. Yeah, that's helpful. That's how I was thinking of doing it. I felt like it'd probably be too much for myself to do it all in one go.
Yeah, you gotta like break it apart like that for sure. And yeah, like just make it easy for yourself. Like, don't, if you, like I said before, like if you find that you're doing something, you're like, dang, I cannot do this every day, then you gotta switch it up. Like often when I find I'm doing something that's not sustainable for me, I realize it's because I'm following a rule that I just made up for myself for no reason. So like figure out like what those rules are you're setting for yourself that are making your life harder, and just break them.
Okay, yeah, I'll definitely try that out.
Yeah, just keep an open mind. And I mean the thing is too, like you're doing this 31 days. You shouldn't like your process on day 31 should have greatly evolved by the time from day 1, you know?
Yeah.
Like expect it to change over time. Expect to find ways to make it better, ways to make it easier, ways to mix things up, that kind of thing. Like go in with that expectation. Don't lock yourself into a certain process just because it's how you started doing it.
Very true. Well, thanks again for squeezing me in.
Totally. I'm excited to hear what you got cooking up, and looking forward to Beatober.
Yes, same.
Awesome. Well, talk soon, Rashane.
Yes. Take care.
Peace. All right, that's all the time we have for calls today. Thank you for everybody who called in. Beatober is happening. I'm excited to hear that a lot of people are interested in participating. I can't wait to hear you all, or hear what you all come up with. I will be reviewing people's music using the hashtag Beatober from Instagram every Saturday in October. I'll be streaming every Thursday in October, giving away different things, trying out different plugins, etc. You're going to want to make sure you are following me on Instagram and that you are tuning into the live streams, because I'm giving away so much stuff. A lot of great sponsors for Beatober. I highly, highly, highly recommend you turn on notifications. That's what I'll say. Lots of good stuff to give away. Some of that stuff is to be announced on Thursday. So get ready. Falguna says, will there be track reviews? So the Beatober is going to be like replacing the Saturday track reviews. So we're still reviewing people's music, but we're just doing it via Beatober, Falguna. So that's how that's going to work. That's going to be it. So with peace and love, I will see you all on Thursday here on the stream. Going to be making some music. Tune in to 343 TV tomorrow, where Justin Beck is going to be comparing plugins again. Check that out. Falguna, yes, weekly basis. More to come. Thursday, there's going to be a big announcement, so make sure you're following on social. I'm going to talk more about it on stream on Thursday. And then Friday, the official Beatober announcement video will happen. So, see you all on Thursday. youtube.com/343labs to check in with the other shows, with the other great instructors every week. Thank you all so much for watching. This has been TAETRO for 343 Labs. Have a good one.